Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Faith, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.
Hey, good evening. Oh, no, good afternoon. This is Attorney Vincent. And do we have children in the room? And I'm here with Miss G for office hours, and we have a special guest today, Tina. Tina, how are you? Tina, can you hear me? I think we might have some technical difficulties with Tina.
How do you turn this up?
I can hear you now. Oh, we lost her. Miss G?
Yeah.
We lost her. Nothing like technical.
That comes with the.
Do you know how to turn the volume up?
It is up, sweetheart.
Tina, I can hear you.
Turn the volume up for me, baby. Oh, yeah, right there. Thank you. You're welcome. Hello?
Hi, Tina, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for coming on today and being our special guest. Miss G, did you want to take over the interview? And I'll be listening.
Yes, hi, Tina. So, hi, everyone. Haven't been on the shows for a while, but I was speaking with Tina today. And Tina, I want you to share with everyone what you shared with me today about the social worker. No need to mention the name, please.
What, me being referred?
Who referred you to us, and what do they do when they know that they hired Davis?
Well, to be honest with you, a social worker referred me to your entity, and I had called over to Commonwealth because when you call Commonwealth, there's I can't think of the man's name, but he's supposed to be over DCFS, the whole county, everybody.
Hold on, let me interrupt for a second because I think we're skipping part of the show. Tina, are you saying that a social worker in your county referred you to me to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that conversation. What did she say?
In layman's terms, she told me that you was a beast. She said that they are afraid of you and that whenever you come around or represent people, it's a lot of electricity. It's a lot of drama. They're talking mess. They're talking negative. And what I gathered was, obviously, you must know the law. You must know details of how this works, how the law, the county works, how they do whatever they do. And a lot of us are not privy to that.
Mhm.
You know, we don't know the ins and outs. Like, say if they remove your kids within 72 hours, they supposed to have you go to court. But sometimes if you don't know that, they might delay it. Also, I mean, it's other things that they should provide you as far as information, and they don't do that all the time because they count on you not dotting your own I's and crossing your T's so that you can fight and advocate for yourself. Everybody's scared of DCFS. You don't know how many attorneys I've Googled recently. I've Googled asking, do you deal with DCFS? And everybody kept telling me, oh, what kind of case is it? And then as soon as you go into what's happening and why you need somebody to help you and advocate for you, then they're going to tell you, well, we might not be the right place for you. So you need to maybe look outside because that's not our scope of work. And so I reached out to a worker that had been a part of my life. And she told me, she said, well, I know somebody, but it gets real nasty and ugly because he knows the law and he's a real fighter. So before I called your entity, I called over on Commonwealth. Because, see, it's a man over there. I can't call his name. He's supposed to be over everybody. You know, Siegel, Kegel, something like that. Bobby, Ego.
Names aren't important.
But anyways, I called over there. His assistants had answered. And, I had said, I asked, were they aware of you? And she said, whoa, who? And I said your name again. She said, oh my God, you got to be careful because people just take your money. You know, you really got to be careful. You might need to Google somebody else. And I was like, what? What? Why would she say that? So I'm the type of person, I don't know you, but nobody can tell me something ugly about you. You gonna have to show me that ugliness. You know what I mean? So I just said I'm calling anyway. So I kept when you Google, it show different places where you might have offices. Beverly Hills, it got different places, and every number I called, it was disconnected. So I called the worker back. And I was upset. I was crying. I told her, look, I did what you said. I Googled this person, but every number I call is disconnected. What is up with this? Something's wrong. So she told me, don't trip. I got you. I'm going to call you back in an hour or two because, you know, I'm handling my business. She called me back with, I'd have to look at my messages, but some kind of picture or something of you and a number. And I called it. And that's when I was connected to Miss G. And so I have had the pleasure of being able to exchange dialogue with her. And I just said in my mind, in my soul, I need to be able to interact with you, with your entity. I need help. I really need help for my family. I do. And I can't do it by myself. And they know that. And they playing games. I went to the last court date. They left me in Zoom out in the waiting room. They didn't even let me come in to the court. And I've been going to the courts. I'm the same person was sitting there, you know, with my grandson. So I just need help, and I know you the one that could do it.
Well, tell me what's going on that you need help.
Okay. I have 4 of my grandchildren. This newest baby was born recently, and they told me to go pick him up, and about 20 minutes before I got to the hospital, they told me don't pick him up. That a worker has said I was overwhelmed and my house wasn't clean, all kind of stuff. I have somebody else in my family who could go get him. So I called my sister, and she immediately said yes. She went and got him. I have 4 of the other siblings. So they're fighting me. One of the issues was my health. I'm a diabetic, but my rebuttal was, well, if I was HIV positive, would you say that I couldn't parent my children? I can't mother my children? Um, they are fighting because he's a newborn, he's adoptable. There's a lot of same-sex couples. It's a lot of couples, period, that can't have children. And to me, I feel like this the same stuff they used to do to a slave and master. Well, master, can I have my baby? Can I know where my baby going? So you want to take my grandson and give him to who you want. See, they got a plan. I even asked them, could I adopt? They told me no. Now, before me, my older sister was guardian, but the kids was living with me. See, my sister was getting the money, but I was working 2 jobs, so I didn't care. I said, you could have it. So she died. And when she died, this same worker that told me about you, she said, baby, go file you a 388. Ask the judge to change, the order. I did that, but it opened up a can of worms. So when I went and filed the 388 at this court, because there was prior DCFS involvement, then they opened up another case, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. So whatever they have been asking me to do, pretty much I've done it, which I already was, in the system. So they had me do this RFA process. I did it. I didn't want to do it because I was working and I felt like I don't want to do all that. It just has been a witch hunt. You just don't know. I had my own some of my own personal issues. They started focusing on that with this RFA mess. And then I said, well, at the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever I got to do because I want my grandchildren. I don't want them in the system. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them in foster care. If stuff happened to you in foster care, it never happened to you at home with your own mama and daddy. And so that has been my fight. And I'm the type of person, I'm a fight. You could tell me no, but I'm a still fight. Even recently, I went to court, the court date before this, and the attorney for the kids asked the judge, could I speak? She said, no, I don't need to hear nothing from her. Just because her daughter have a baby, she ain't going to get every kid that her daughter has. So my rebuttal to the attorney was, well, how come I can't get them? I have adequate housing. I have adequate space for the child. And then you got people, I told her, I'm not being funny or mean. You got white people, got 6 and 7 children that are special needs that they deal with, they have from regional center, and you ain't got a problem with it. So now you got a problem because I want to fight for my grandchildren. That's not fair. That's not right. So then I told the attorney, same thing I'm saying to you publicly, that this is not slave and master. That's what y'all used to do. Take our kids, give them to other people, send them places. We'll never see them again. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If my baby didn't have no family, I'll be like, my hat is off to you. Handle your business. If nobody was stepping up and coming to get him, handle your business. Sir, I sat there every day after he was born, holding him and feeding him and skin to skin and talking to him and telling him, you got to eat, baby, because if you don't eat, they won't let you come home. I went and seen this baby almost every day. And so I feel like he has a family, and our family has pulled together, fighting to take care of him. So why are you trying to adopt him out? Why are you trying? My daughter has some problems. She has some mental health concerns. She also has some substance abuse problems. I would keep it real with you. Ain't no secrets, and I'm not ashamed. But I feel like, first of all, you already know with treatment, with substance, I've been a drug and alcohol counselor. People ain't gonna recover when you want them to. Now with the system, they'll do a fast track, or they give you so long to get it together, reunify, do parenting, anger management, whatever they mandating, and then you got to handle your business to get your kids. It don't always work like that. You know what I mean? It just don't. In a perfect world, if I could have my way, I would have touched my baby a long time ago, but I don't have the power to heal her. In the meantime, our family is and has come together to fight and take care of these kids. So I don't understand why they fighting us. Fight us. They even, look, let me tell you this. They made me have a ball spot. There was an alleged at court date. Some of the kids that I have right now, they didn't want with me because he don't look like me. He looked like them. He looks, if you wasn't educated, you know about us, people of color. A lot of times, see, what's so beautiful about us is our babies come out looking all kind of ways. We can have a baby look white with blue eyes, and they'll look at you like, what you doing? When I go out with my grandkids, you just don't know. People whip their heads looking at me like, they look at me like, what is you doing with this kid? Why? Because this kid's is mine. He looks Hispanic, if you didn't know. And that was one of the workers' issues, that she felt he needed to be with this guy who was undocumented, using meth, and didn't have his papers. I even tried to help the guy to get all this, and they still was trying to fight me and take the youngest baby I have and put him with him. So it's horrific how they don't work with us as a people, and how we get mistreated, our children get mistreated. And we don't have nobody to advocate and fight for us. Everybody's scared of DCFS. They scared of going up against them, and I don't understand. But I do understand. I know for every child that get adopted out, they get paid. It's not like they love me and care about me so much because they trying to make me do the same thing. But if you adopt a child before they're 13, they're not privy to any of the extras that they would get if you adopted them after they 13 and a half. See, they can't get their schooling paid for. All the extra things that they are privy to, they're cut off from that. So they try to push you to do that as well. Go ahead and adopt because they get paid, for one, and then adopt, because then that cuts them off the responsibility of doing anything extra for the child. See, I know because I was in the system at one time myself. So I prided myself. I said, I'm going to learn the law. I'm going to learn my rights, what they can and they cannot do. But even though I have learned some things, I am just like nobody to them. I can't think of nothing else to say to you. I'm like nobody to them. And they don't care about me. They don't care about my grandchildren. And they don't care about what happens to us. This is a business. And I know it's a business, but I don't feel that it should be a business at my family's expense.
Now, are they still trying to take your grandchildren away from you?
They're trying with this newest baby. My sister did step up and get him. They're trying to they're trying to remove him. I had told her do a do not remove order. See, that's what I did with the 4 I got. But I don't know if she did the do not remove order, but they're trying to force her to adopt or do guardianship. She only stepped up to help to keep the baby from me. So, so I could fight them to get him with the 4 I got. But right now they're on her trying to pressure her to adopt or either do guardianship with him. And at first the judge said, if you don't want to do RFA, you don't have to. And if the worker agrees, it ain't no problem. Worker agreed. Now all of a sudden they trying to remove him out of her home.
Well, I'll tell you what, if your sister needs to talk to someone who can help her legally, tell her to give me a call.
So it should be her instead of me, Mr. Davis? Huh?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. It should be a decision that maybe the family should make. If you need help getting that child placed with you.
Look, I'm not to be rude or cut you off. I'm making it. We need you. And I'm saying that to you to say, even the social worker for the new baby, okay? The new social worker, she done lied and told the people my sister refused to communicate with her. And my sister and her been texting back and forth with my worker. The worker was saying things that were not appropriate. She came in my house one day and said, "What's that smell?" I said, "Excuse me? What are you saying?" So okay, honey, give me a second. Please give me a second. And so when she did that and was saying the baby, I told you he looked Hispanic, then I asked her supervisor for a new worker. She told me, no, you don't need a new worker. We do that all the time. And then the people have the same problem with the worker I assign. I said, excuse me, ma'am, you don't know nothing about me. You ain't never dealt with me. And I'm asking you for a new worker. So another month, 2, 3 passed. So I called her again. I said, look, she's not going to show you her true side. She said, you going to come to my house? I ain't scared of you. Come. I want you to come. I said, but you need to understand she's very rude. She says stuff like my house is dirty. She said, which at one time, I ain't gonna lie, it was dirty. I broke my hip. I couldn't go up the stairs. So my kid's room was dirty. And I said, I don't have a problem with telling you that. I said, but since then I've hired somebody. They come in and help me clean and help me do whatever it is that I need to do. So I say y'all about keeping families together. What resource have you provided to say, okay, Miss Burrell, since your house dirty, baby, I'm gonna turn you on to X, Y, and Z. You utilize this and we're gonna get it together. Y'all told her you ain't providing me with no resource. I said, then I've been asking your supervisor for a new worker. I said, y'all won't give me another worker. I said, but that's not fair. I'm asking you, what I got to do? Call ombudsman? I said, y'all got an ombudsman. I said, but why should I have to go through all that? I've been asking you for your email for months and y'all won't give me the email. So what is it so secret that you don't want me to email you? I know what it is. See, at where I worked at, they told me if it ain't written, it didn't happen. I said, so you don't want me to be able to have a paper trail. Me talking to you verbally, that don't mean nothing. That's your word against mine, my word against yours. I want to be able to email you and write and document what happened. And you are stopping me from being able to do that. So I guess she thought about it. She gave me a new worker. Recently, I got a new worker. But that still is not the solution to the problem. It's not. And I'm not happy. And I'm a fighter. I'm going to do whatever I got to do for mine, for my family. I am. And I'm willing. And I know that my sister, look, you just don't, we've been looking. And we Googled, my sister called an attorney. But, excuse me, I'm going to keep it real with you again. I'm a pretty good judge of character. And, you know, when I feel like something's right, I feel it. You can't tell me out your mouth. You can't. Nobody can tell me. It's a feeling I get. And when Miss Georgette talked to me, see, one thing I respect about her, she kept it way 100. She was like, what? I need some information. And I was like, ooh, wait a minute. What the hell? What you want? And she was like, well, look, if you want to deal with me, I need X, Y, and Z. And this is what I need from you. And then another thing, when you want to talk to me, you talk to me when it's quiet. You call me when it's quiet. Honey, she made my hair grow. Okay. I had a bald spot and my hair was growing at the same time. I said, woo, where he find her at? Get out. Get out, please. I know, honey, but I need you to get out and close my door. Please. I'll deal with you in a minute, okay? Go give them a treat.
Mom, no, they don't deserve a treat.
Okay, but could you?
This is exactly why I told you, call me when it's quiet.
I know, but honey, this is very important. No, could you wait? Could you go out, please, honey, and close my door? I got you. I told you I'm going to get you, okay? Roblox. Okay, so anyway, we have just been going through, you know what, but my sister called this attorney and she told me to call her. I called her. The lady said, well, she was just kind of abrupt. She was kind of cold. And I'm not saying she needed to be nurturing and hug me and all that cussy stuff. That ain't what I'm talking about. But I took it as being rude. I took it as being callous. I took it as you all about money, which I understand. It take money to make money. I get it. And I don't have a problem. But I just kind of felt like you haven't even asked me what's going on exactly before you get to spouting and telling me, and you're going to pay me for this, and you're going to have to pay me for that. Well, duh, I already know nothing is free. I know nothing is free. You know what I'm saying?
You were being combative. You were being how can I say it? You were aggressive with them. Remember when I spoke to you before, I told you when you're aggressive with them, they retaliate further. I mean, worse than what they're already going to do. They come up with more ideas on how to destroy you. Yeah. Oftentimes people don't understand you can't face them that way. You can't. I mean, the only way to win against these entities, these demonic entities, and I told you that's what I call them, demonic, remember?
Yes. And
I say that to everyone I speak with. They are literally demonic. So in order for you to deal with a demon, let's look at the Bible for just 1 second. God told us you're not wrestling against flesh and blood, right? Yes. But the principalities in higher places. So basically these demons, these people are possessed by demons. And these people you're not fighting against their flesh. You're fighting against that demons inside them, because they're the ones who are using children for cash. Literally, they're selling children because that's how they make their money. Now, I have my own opinion about these entities. Maybe my opinion is different than Attorney Davis. That's fine. But that's my God honest opinion about these people. Because the ones who can't do the job and they feel bad for lying and manipulating the cases are the ones that resign because they can't handle it, right? But the ones who stay are the ones that actually like inflicting pain on mothers and fathers, okay? But when you keep talking to them, you're not really saving yourself. You're setting yourself up to fail. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go tit for tat with them because they literally can destroy you by using your children. It's like being in a narcissistic marriage, right? The husband or the wife who is narcissist will use the children as pawns. Same thing with CPS. They're gonna lie, they're gonna deceive, they're gonna manipulate, they're gonna coerce the children, they're going to do this, they literally don't care about you. They don't care. So if they come to your home and say your home is clean, everything looks great, we're gonna close the case, that's a lie. Straight out lie. Because they're gonna come back in the middle of the night with 2 sheriff or 3 sheriff officers with them. And if, emergency removal order from a judge who they lied to about why they have to remove the child in the emergency removal order to begin with. Okay,
Well,
so that's why you have
I
to
need
have an
help.
attorney, a competent attorney who understands the jurisdiction laws, right? Especially jurisdiction laws with CPS, because they don't even follow their own rule book. They go way off base, and you have to follow whatever the supervisor tells you to do. Okay, tell them to do whatever, the social workers, that is. So oftentimes we are dealing with their demons, but we don't know how to deal with them. And then we come to Attorney Davis when it's too late. And then you want Attorney Davis to know everything about the case by your explanation. That doesn't work that way. You have to understand, you guys, just because you're telling us what the case is about doesn't mean that's the truth. Not that you're lying, but we go by what is written in the reports. Am I right or wrong, Attorney Davis?
No, I agree with you. I agree
Okay.
with you.
What's written in the reports is their truth, not your truth. So in order for you to win, you have to use a specific strategy. Everybody says the same case, they have the same case, or they have a different case and their case is better than anyone else. No. Everyone's case is the same. The only thing that makes a difference is the timing of the case, the county of the case, and the state of the case. Because every area where the case is have different jurisdictional laws. Okay?
Ms. Tina, when is your next court date?
Mm-hmm.
The next court date, I believe, is January the 23rd.
And is that regarding the baby or the kids already in your care?
The baby. The other kids, they have a court date. It was supposed to be the 13th, but I had told their attorney, who is all their attorney, I want you to come to my house yourself so you could see for yourself. Don't keep going by what these documentation, what they writing. I want you to come see.
Does the children that you have the same attorney as the baby?
Yes, sir. They all got the same attorney. And see, look, the case was up somewhere and they really should have moved it down. They ain't never moved it. And see, my daughter is sick. She got substance abuse. She has mental health. She ain't never been able, Isaiah. She has never been able to do. She has never been able to participate. Okay. So it's just a lot of stuff going on that should have been dealt with.
Right. Well, what I want you to do is this. I want you to give me a call or give Miss G a call, and we're going to continue this conversation and talk further and more specifically about how we can help you with respect to the children that you do have and the children and the one child that's with your sister. Okay. Because I have some ideas and I've developed a strategy. I'm going to ask Miss G to send you an article I wrote about how I represent grandparents in CPS cases. And she's going to send that to you and you can take a look at it. And then we're going to have a conversation about some of the strategies that I'm already thinking about since we've talked. All right?
Yes.
All right, Miss Tina. So stand by for a call later on today.
But can I tell you something before you cut me off?
And thank you.
Huh?
Sure, go ahead.
Mr. Davis.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't change. I don't know you, but this worker that referred me to you, I trust her with everything. And she say that you a beast and you know the law and that you really care about people. And that's part of what touched me.
They're
But
outside.
when I talked to Miss G, she confirmed it. I just knew from how she was talking to me, it was kind of, a no nonsense, but she still at the same time was respectful and caring. So with that, I'm waiting for her to call me so that we could do whatever it is you tell me I need to do.
It's Mama, they're outside.
You
Okay,
got
Miss
it.
Tina, I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, please listen.
All right. Grace, Miss Tina's going to sign off now. All right, Miss G, there's one thing that I wanted to tell you before we end the show today. I'm planning on going back to daily shows with you, so I hope you're up for that. The other thing I wanted to tell you is a story. This happened maybe 18 months ago. A mother hired me to represent her in a CPS case.
Mhm.
Unbeknownst to me, the father, who she was married to and got along with, they were on the same side, hired a
Mhm.
private attorney that I didn't know, and I won't mention that private attorney's name. Well, on the first day of the case, we went to court, and the county counsel, the social worker's attorney, approached me. And I said something to the social worker's attorney. That is a strategy that I use in the case a lot of times. And at the time, I saw a very surprised look on the father's attorney's face, but I didn't pay it any mind. I didn't really know the father's attorney, and it just didn't matter to me. Well, we came back for the next hearing, and we had convinced the social worker to recommend that the case be closed, which is a good outcome. So the
Mhm.
case was closed. Ever since that time, and it's been 18 months, maybe 2 years, the attorney has been telling people, and even told a friend of mine, that based upon the comment that I made to the social worker's attorney, that I didn't know the law or I didn't know what I was doing.
Mm.
And I kind of chuckled and I said to my friend, I said, well, I was using a strategy that was about 10 levels above
Mhm.
this other attorney. I said, attorneys aren't at the same level. And I think at that time, this attorney, although had been an attorney like 20 years, had only practiced juvenile dependency law or CPS law for about 5 or 6 years. I, on the other hand, had been practicing CPS law 35 years. And so a lot of the strategies and a lot of the things that I've developed over time, this attorney doesn't know. And he says he believes and says to people, and he honestly believes this, that I don't know what I'm doing, which is probably what my friend who's an attorney told him. He said, instead of criticizing Vince, you should probably figure out what he was trying to do. Because obviously it worked because the case was dismissed.
Yep.
So I come across that a lot, and I come across people telling me, one or two attorneys saying negative things about me. And
Yeah.
I've made it a practice since I became a lawyer 39 years ago. I purposely try to not say anything negative about fellow attorneys, just from a professional point of view. But I understand that, there's a couple of attorneys that might be out there and they may be Davis haters. Why? I don't know. But they're out there, and sometimes they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it at that. Ms. G, thank you very much for joining me today. And we're going to try to do this every day, back on a daily schedule. And I want to thank our producer, Ms. Grace. And Ms. Grace, get ready, because we're going to be doing this every day, 6 or 7 days a week. And we'll see everybody tomorrow.
You haven't asked me if I want to do this every day. You said, I hope you don't mind. We're going to do this every day.
Well, the show will go forward. The show must go on, with or without you, Ms. G.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you put that on national,
I'm glad.
and,
I know
among all the viewers,
there's a lot of people out there that would rather see you than me. So hopefully you'll be able to join us. All right, Grace, thank you again, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Babe, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.